Everyone, so they have just teased The Walking Dead coming to Dead by Daylight. We'll learn more tomorrow about that. That is on their Twitter currently right now. And they just did this little image here. Looks really cool. Very authentic to The Walking Dead. Now, let's talk about the balance changes. I'm going to pretend that I know what these balance changes are because, you know, I'm relatively new coming back to the game. But we're going to read through all the balance changes and I'll see what I think. So, starting tomorrow, you know, we're going to have the PTB coming, I believe, tomorrow. So we're going to have new features, which is a new survivor item, the fog vial. Added a new equipable item for survivors. The fog vial is it effects include using a fog vial causes a fog cloud to expand outward from the point where it was used, disappearing after a set time. Scratch marks do not spawn within the fog cloud. Audio is muffled for anyone within the fog cloud, and the auras of players within the fog cloud cannot be read by other players. The fog vial has a cooldown which recharges over time once used, and they added rarities and add-ons for the fog vial as well. The dev note, the fog vial specializes in creating confusion and breaking line of sight. When it's activated, the fog obscures your surroundings while still allowing for limited visibility within your immediate vicinity. By moving to a single recharging use, survivors can use the fog vial multiple times per trial. Don't have to be quite so precious about saving charges, letting them be more in the moment with their vial uses. They basically added a fire extinguisher. It's quite interesting though, because I used to cover this game a long time ago, and I always said like, why they not added like a new survivor item or something? But here we are, like, you know, 9 years later or whatever. And they finally added a new survivor item. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds cool on paper, but I don't know if it's gonna fit into the gameplay loop of Dead by Daylight. But it's going to be interesting to see what kind of like builds and things we can build around using a fog vial there, in terms of just losing the killer in a chase rather than, you know, running them and all that stuff. And, you know, it could be good against, you know, some anti-tunnel and stuff. Then we have an update to the keys. They changed item charges to refer to individual uses of items rather than overall time it can be used for. Adjusted the uses for this item to cover the following. Channel the key to consume 1 charge and reveal survivor auras for a limited time. When near a closed hatch, consume 1 charge to unlock it. And consume 1 charge to quickly unlock a chest and gain an item of rarity or higher. Once a chest has been unlocked with a key, it is revealed by nearby survivors, or 2 nearby survivors, sorry. It can be rummaged by one other survivor to gain an additional item of rarity or higher. Adjusted the effects of individual item rarities and several add-ons too. Keys stood out as the least used survivor item and were typically outclassed by other options. We've reworked them to offer a wider range of utility and tap into the player's yearning for higher rarity items. To be honest, I was using a key the other day. I still think that the key, if you run that specific add-on where you can see the killer's aura, is still really strong. I don't know why people wouldn't use a key, honestly. That's the main reason using it. Like, I always think information is key in this game. Pun intended. Not really. And, you know, combining that with open-handed, you could read the killer's aura really well. And knowing where the killer is, especially during a chase, is really good too. So we'll see if they've kept that add-on in place. Obviously, they're going to have a bit more in-depth detail on what add-on changes they've got coming for the PTB as well. So, yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed the key for what it was. You know, I used to use it as aura reading rather than to open a hatch, but I feel like a lot of people just took it because they thought they would open the hatch with it. But don't underestimate the power of the add-ons for the key and being able to actually wall hack and see where the killer is during a chase. And that is only if the killer actually, you know, you can see them. For the likes of, like, you know, tier 1 Michael, you couldn't see them with the key. Or they're hidden by aura reading stuff. So that's probably one of the negative effects there, but it's nice to see that they've done some more adjustments with this, so you get more of a benefit for using a key. We also have a survivor item update for the maps. They changed item charges to refer to individual use. Adjusted the use for this item covering the following. Channel the map to consume 1 charge and reveal nearby pallet and vault areas to yourself for a limited time, so you're kind of getting windows built into the map. While auras are revealed, press the use item button again to create a beam of light, only visible to survivors, revealing the auras of generators within the beam's range to all survivors as well. That's really cool. So now you can put the beam of light down is actually going to do something. It's actually going to reveal generators to survivors nearby. We've also adjusted the effects of individual item rarities and several add-ons there. Preset improvements as well. Increase the total number of character customization presets to 7. Increase total number of loadout presets to 7. And added the ability to change preset names as well. Now, for keyboard and mouse, they've added 2 consoles. So now you can use it on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. This feature is not available on the PTB as it's only playable on Steam. Obviously, you can't test this out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, full mouse and keyboard support finally on consoles for those of you who want to play that. Custom match improvements as well. Added hotkey inputs to custom games. Spectating to switch to killer's perspective. Added spectator hotkeys representing next to play portraits to improve usability. Added the option to toggle spectator hotkeys visibility and adjusted them in the input binding menu. Added visual indicator to show spectators who they are viewing, and shows dead survivor icons if joining as spectator after being sacrificed as well. Now for killer updates, so the Executioner, I believe, is getting a bit of a buff, which is nice. So they increased the punishment of the damned range, which is his range ability. Increase the duration of Rites of Judgment trail drawn and trail lifetime as well. So he's going to leave his little pizza trails on the floor a lot longer. Decrease Rites of Judgment's movement speed. Thank God. Finally, after all these years. The Rites of Judgment movement speed was kind of ridiculous. So now he's, going to have a lot longer range, which is nice. Added a haste and endurance effects to survivors saved from cages. So now they basically got borrowed time as base kit and stuff. So it's going to work the same as a hook. Added input buffering to transition from Punishment of the Damned to Rites of Judgment. So that's going to be a bit slower, I'm guessing, doing that. And begin caging or killing a survivor when the prompt is available. And they've reworked his add-ons too. So some good changes towards Pyramid Head there, finally. It only took them 5 years. The Clown has also got a bit of a buff. Increases movement speed while reloading the bottle. Decreased bottle reload time as well. Adjusted the effects of the yellow bottles. Increase the haste effect of the yellow bottles. Increase the distance and speed that smoke spreads to. And increase the activation speed too. Adjusted the effects of the purple bottles. Now they decrease the hindered effect. And decrease how long the hindered effect lingers after leaving the smoke as well. So I'm guessing that's a little bit of a nerf to his purple bottles. And they've added input buffering to charging a bottle throw and reloading bottles too. And adjusted several add-ons. So Clown's getting a little bit of love. The Knight increases maximum patrol path length. I don't really know how this guy works, but I'm just going to read it out anyway. Increased path drawing speed, acceleration, and strafe speed. The Carnifex standard spawns slower. The Assassin and Jailer's standards spawn quicker. Added input buffering to drawing a patrol path. Adjusted Call to Arms add-on. Now, I've only played against the Knight a handful of times. I've never played him myself. So you'd have to explain to me what even those changes are. Obviously, I know he's got his different little minions that he puts out and they come chasing after you and stuff, but I don't know which is the more popular one. Is it the Carnifex, the Assassin, the Jailer? I really don't know. So I don't know if that's a good change to him or not. The Pig. So they increase the crouch movement speed of the Pig. Increase speed of crouching and uncrouching. Increase speed at which the terror radius fades when crouching. Increased ambush movement speed as well. Damn, a whole bunch of buffs for the Pig there. That's very nice. Now I've done some survivor perk updates. To be honest, the Pig was always the killer that was getting nerfed all the time, and then nobody really picked it. But I suppose it's nice he's getting a lot, faster movement speed and stuff. The perk updates: any means necessary, updated appraisal, better together, built a last, deja vu, detective's hunch, potential energy, still sight, and streetwise. We've adjusted values on a few perks that had low pick rates to help buff them up. In addition, we've adjusted perks that affect items to make sure they're compatible with the update survivor item changes as well. All right, nice. We'll get to see what they're going to be doing here. I think deja vu probably have something to do with its aura changing, honestly, with the map changes and stuff. So I guess we'll see what they're going to do with that. They've reworked streetwise entirely. Interesting. Wonder what that is. And for killer perks, they've updated Dragon's Grip. Franklin's Demise has been updated. Hubris, Insidious, Overwhelming Presence, Scourge, Hook, Hangman's Trick as well. And we've buffed some perks which boosted lower pick rates and adjusted certain perks that affect items so they are compatible with recent changes. Yeah, so if like Franklin's, for example, will change instead of draining the use of an item, will drain the charges of the item. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what's going to be happening there. So yeah, those are the changes coming to the PTB. Not to mention we're obviously going to get Rick Grimes and Michonne by the looks of it tomorrow as well. So that's something to look forward to. And yeah, hopefully I did well on my first ever balance patch read for Dead by Daylight, even though, to be honest, I did understand most of it apart from the night stuff. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below on the changes that are coming to the game, and obviously hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more content like this on this channel. And I've been Pixels, my awesome viewers. I catch you guys in the next one.